Hi, and welcome to the City of Medina. My name is Dennis Hanwell. I'm the mayor of the city. Our city is strategically located about 25 miles south of Cleveland and west of Akron.
Welcome to our beautiful public square here at the heart of downtown Medina. For nearly 2 centuries, this 2-acre park in the middle of town has been a place where the community has gathered in good times and in bad. Today we use the park as a place for major events and festivals, for our farmers market, and also the place where our Medina Community Band performs its concerts. Since 1818, this district around the square has evolved from a very small town to the thriving community that we see today. But that hasn't always been the case. In fact, our town has burned down twice, in the 1840s and the 1870s. But this community said, we're not going to let our town go, and they rebuilt starting in 1871, pretty much to what we see today. What's interesting, by the 1960s, the town that we see today had been covered by modern facades and massive signs that really covered up the charm and the beauty of our town. It was at that point that a group of community residents got together and said, we don't like how our town looks anymore. We want to get back to reflect small town America. Building by building, they started working their way around the square to restore the facades to what we see today.
Hi, I'm State Senator Larry Obhoff. I represent Medina County in the Ohio Senate, and I'm standing here in the Medina Square, one of the most beautiful areas in Ohio, and definitely what I think about when I think about America and its small communities and what makes America great. If you walk around the square here, we have a significant number of small businesses and a dozen or more restaurants actually within walking distance of here that are fantastic. And I can't say enough good things about this community. I've lived in a lot of places across the country, and Medina is definitely one of the top places I've ever seen.
Medina has a great experience with grants. We've done multiple community development block grants. We've done community housing improvement program grants. We've done airport grants. We have our own local airport here that many of our businesses use. And most recently, we got a $1 million EPA Brownfield grant that was a collaborative effort between the City of Medina, the 4 surrounding townships, which are Medina, Montville, Lafayette, and York, as well as Chippewa Lake. And what we saw was with that $1 million grant, we're able to multiply that to $12 million in private investment and created over 120 new jobs, and that investment and those jobs continue to grow. In addition to the grants that we've obtained and carried through, we've also invested in the last decade nearly $63 million in infrastructure.
Hi, I'm Steve Hambley, State Representative for the 69th District, formerly County Commissioner for 18 years here in Medina, and having had that experience and representing this area for so long, I've learned one thing about Medina, is it's not only its beauty, its treasure, its downtown. Medina City has a synergy of architecture and history and culture, but also its people. And the investments that the government has made, the downtown government, the county government, and the people have made in businesses is just thrilling. It is the one that is going to keep the downtown vibrant and moving ahead and being an integral part of our future as it was an integral part of our past.
We chose Medina because it has a really beautiful downtown public square, and there are a lot of restaurants and various stores that we can shop in locally. The food is great, and actually our house is about 3 blocks from that public square. There's always activities going on, and we are always walking to dinner, walking to grab a drink for happy hour, walking to shop in the local shops.
In the 1940s, Hollywood came to Medina and used our town as the backdrop for the quintessential small town in America. We had that quality of life and captured that essence of the innocence of America. In the 1970s, Medina's population started to increase, and over the next 3 decades, we doubled our population twice, becoming a very strong bedroom community for the major cities of Cleveland and Akron. As the community continued to invest in the historic district, they started moving out to the suburbs and housing developments around the area. Because of that, some of our historic neighborhoods, while the center of the town was being built up, the historic neighborhoods started to decline a little bit. Today we're trying to work within those communities and preserve our historic neighborhoods so that we start at the center of town and keep what we have here so vibrant and beautiful, but also include the residential areas and those houses for the founding fathers that made our town so great.
The need that we have is for the housing stock. Our city was founded in 1818, and many of the houses surrounding our square were built in and around that time. And many of the grants that we've tried to achieve simply won't help with housing needs. So this is a great opportunity for the City of Medina to use the monies from this grant to improve the housing stock surrounding the downtown, and then have the approach to our downtown historic square as beautiful as the square itself.
I think the important thing to remember is the future of our communities are linked to investment, not only the past investment, current investment, but future investments of not only what government and business has done, but also what residents. They have to invest their time, their effort, and the vibrancy of their neighborhood is linked to the vibrancy of the downtown.
We've also recently purchased a house in another historic neighborhood that we plan to rehabilitate and resell when we're finished. It'll be a long process, but I noticed the house and I had my eye on it for months. It was deteriorating, it had gone into foreclosure, and I kept my eye on it, and when it went up for auction, I bid a few times and I eventually won it. I love the house. It's old, it has a lot of things that need to be addressed, but I think it's a great opportunity to invest in our community. The America's Best Community Prize is exciting because it gives people like me and people like my neighbors an opportunity to reinvest in our own community and in our own historic neighborhoods.
In closing, we're very thankful that the City of Medina has this opportunity to take part in this competition. We've shown in the past the use of our local tax dollars, the use of grants from the state and federal government, as well as the multiplier effect of each of those grants. We've used those monies very effectively and very efficiently. The piece that's missing is the housing stock surrounding our historic square. Many of those houses were built almost 200 years ago as the city prepares to celebrate our bicentennial. And it's our hope and prayer that with this award and grant competition that the City of Medina can help the downtown housing stock become as remarkable as the downtown itself is. And we're appreciative of your consideration of the City of Medina because we are very confident that we are America's best community.